Hello and welcome. Let's get started with another chapter of Fire Emblem. Let's do it. I'm ready. You're ready. You know you want it. Let's do Birds of a Feather, Chapter 12. So, for those of you with bad memory, which, hey, I fall into that category, so no judgment here. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, we just got done starting Elliewood mode, and we learned about some intriguing new details. First of which being that, holy shit, Elliewood's dad's missing. We gotta find him. Secondly, there may be some political intrigue going on with the country by the name of Laos. I call it Laos. Some people call it Laos. Some people just call it whatever the hell they want. I say Laos, because Laos sounds right. Anyway, they're preparing for war, and Elbert, who's Elliewood's dad, may be connected to that. So we got some things to figure out here. Some dots to connect, if you will. It's definitely causing some level of concern. We definitely need to figure out what's going on. Not only for Elliewood's sake, but for Lycia in general. So that'll be something to look out for. As far as this chapter is concerned, though, we're just trying to figure out what to do next. God, I love that music. Anyone remember this music from a certain chapter involving the Black Fang earlier in this game? If you don't, then I don't blame you, because honestly that was a brief chapter, but well, this is the Black Fang theme. That Fang thing. I said it weird. Bear with me. Anyway, that's a very rockin' purple robe on the right from good old evil villain character. Gotta love it. It's stylish. It says, "Don't talk to me, I'll kill you." Gotta love the style in this game. Yeah, no, that's most certainly what's happening, dude. This is Mark with Santa Rouge, by the way. Let's get comfortable with his character portrait for now. Oh no, don't say it, bitch. Don't do it. Oh, you're not supposed to tell the evil villain that you're gonna betray him. Oh, this is gonna not end well, I feel. A scratch or two. Yeah, you are not gonna lay a finger on me and my bro Elliewood. Why? Because frankly, this is Elliewood normal mode. Secondly, I am leading the pack, so I got a good feeling about this. So, let's keep our eye on Marquis Santa Rouge. Who knows, maybe he will survive telling the villain not to do evil things. Who knows? Yep. Thanks, Marcus. You and your flavorless dialogue are saving the day. Good old Marcus. He's about as entertaining as a bowl of rice without butter. Yep. So, yeah, this Marquis Santa Rouge guy, I don't know if you can trust him. Because, yeah, we got enemies. Ooh. What happened to this bowl of porridge? Ugh. This guy looks like what incest is. Ugh. Man. Alms for a poor villager, my ass. Yeah, and Marcus isn't having one bit of it. Granted, I mean, I would say he looks like he could be a poor villager, but, you know, whatever. That's me. That is just how I view him. Either way, this is going to be not a good guy. He's going to be trying to kill us. And as all guys who try to kill us, he's actually not going to be fairly good at it. He's going to do a dog-awful job of it. Yeah, he'll have an early grave, I'm so sure. Yeah, don't let this guy's words of intimidation scare you off. This guy is anything but a threat. Yeah, here we are, Dorcas. Just like that time you tried to murder and rape the women of that one castle that we protected and that we found you at. Good times. Good times. I'm sure Natalie still is okay with you doing everything. Nothing short of murder at this point. Either way, let's ignore Dorcas for now and let's focus on this village, which conveniently right here Marcus can reach. It's going to give us yet another stat up item, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure this time it's a skill book. So, this guy is going to tell us about the importance of having skill, though. Yeah. Ironically, I would say skill is probably one of the least important stats when it comes to physical prowess. I would say, like... Yeah, I mean, skill is probably the least necessary stat. You can have a very usable unit that has poor skill, and hell, a lot of the best units in Fire Emblem games tend to. Meanwhile, if you have a unit with bad speed, like... you're not gonna have a good time. Or at least you're not going to have a very good time when he's on the enemy phase. But that's neither here nor there. So since we've got some time to kill, let's visit the shop first. You're selling vulneraries. Why did I bother? Well, let's go to the shop. What a fucking loser I was 5 seconds ago. Let's visit this house. Let's see what useless things they have to say. Okay. Yeah, no shit. That's us. Oh, he meant just Albert. I thought he meant like Marcos Ferre and the family. Oh. That's actually kind of a nice little flavor text that we get. So I guess Marcos Ferre doesn't seem like the type to be taken by bandits, and frankly, I'd agree. He's a paladin, first of all. Paladins have access to... Okay, never mind that, but, yeah. Trust your companion. Here we go. This is where we're learning about supports. Again, I don't think I'm going to be going over them in detail in this chapter, mostly because this chapter is not set up for that. It's going to be a route chapter, which means all the enemies, once they die, we beat the chapter, and after a certain point, they're all going to be aggroed. So it gives us kind of like a time limit for this chapter, almost. You could do a reading, but you're not going to. Don't worry, humble viewers. I know all the support options, and I know which ones we're going for. Speaking of which, we're getting quite a few support options in this chapter when they decide to show up. I actually probably need to reaffirm who I'm supporting who with, because I haven't looked at that in a while. I have a text document of what I was going to do, but like I said, I haven't looked at it in a while. Ah, well. So here, my plan is for now to more or less just hold the line, because we've got a fortress on Elliewood, and then Dorcas has a house right now, and while houses aren't doing amazing as far as terrain goes, they're tend to avoid that he might as well be using, and I don't have enough units that I'm using here, or at least want to be using rather, that justify going all out. I could be using Marcus, but I'd rather be getting all these kills, because there's going to be quite a few enemies in this chapter, and giving them to units I plan on using. And we're kind of going to be getting another Marcus character in this chapter anyway, so I'll have to be careful with the digging out experience as it is. Either way. This chapter... Oh, fuck. I was just about to say, this chapter shouldn't have too many surprises, but lo and behold, I get surprised. But yeah, this chapter all in all is not going to have too many surprises. In Elliewood mode, you really, what you see is what you get. Meanwhile, if you're playing this in Hector mode, whoops, spoilers, this chapter can be kind of a pain in the ass. But that's neither here nor there. So, let's worry about this, blah, 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 blah. Cool. I'm mostly concerned with just getting Elliewood to the point where he can start two-hit killing, if he would ever decide to get speed. Who has the steel sword? I thought, yeah, you have the steel sword. I forgot to give the steel sword to Elliewood last chapter, and God knows I should have. Those are words. Anyway. Beyond that, I don't know, for shits and giggles, I'll probably just start building up support between Lau and Rebecca and Marcus, just because there's nothing else those three are doing. and it would give a nice little tutorial on my end for how supports work. So conveniently for this Let's Play, if that happens, you'll get to look forward to it. If not, then I'm probably just going to go in depth over supports next chapter. Actually, either way I probably will be, because next chapter is when I usually start supporting. Whatever. You know, this is stuff to look forward to. And anyway, speaking of looking forward to things, Donna! Here we go. Oh man. Get used to that beautiful face, because this is one of my favorite characters in all of video games. And this is a very good introducing and establishing character scene, so I'm not even going to talk over it, just watch it play out. Ooh, faced. Oh my, every time I see this line I just think of, sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry. It was a terrible impression of the voice actor, but yeah, no, I love Hector, he's great. Yeah, so this is going to be our third Lord, and if the thumbnails haven't given away, he is a main character. If anything, I would argue he's probably the, I don't know, I guess I'd say most compelling main character. Problem is, in Elliewood mode, we don't get all of his characterization, so it's kind of a sad day, but still, he's awesome. He's great. And with Hector comes some units. If you didn't notice already, we got Sarah, Matthew, and then we've got this fucker. Who is he? Well, he is Rusty. No, his name's Oswald, but he looks like a guy named Rusty. As it is now, we're definitely using Hector, because Hector's going to be a required character, and if you don't use Hector, you're not going to heaven at the end of the day. And we're also going to be using Oswin. And so I mentioned there's a Marcus S character we're getting, and that's Oswin, because Oswin is going to be kicking ass. He starts out at level 9, and, well, let me show you his stats. Yes, this is Oswin. He's a knight, and yeah, so he's, if you remember Wallace kind of started out with stats like these, except for worse in every way. Here we get Oswin. We can level him up to 20 before promoting him, which is already a plus. Another advantage is that he has 13 defense, which, I mean, while his speed isn't great, he makes up for it just for that 13 defense alone. Meanwhile, when you look at someone like Dorcas, Dorcas isn't nearly as tanky as this guy. So, that's definitely a plus for Oswin. Moreover, he has just decent starting stats, so that way, even if you get a bad Oswin, he's still going to be relatively usable for at least the first majority of chapters you're using him. So beyond that, I'm going to be, I don't use Oswin that often, to be honest. I don't dislike him, I just never feel like using him, so I figured this Let's Play would be a good chance to try him out. All in all, I mean, I like him. I don't love his character, but I think he's interesting. He's a lot more interesting in Hector mode, but again, we're getting shafted, so. One thing I do want to point out, if you haven't noticed already, Hector is, well, I didn't get a chance to show off Hector. Hector's stats are, so he's defensive, yet at the same time, he's definitely got a lot more aggressive stats, I guess I'd say. Like, if you compare him to Oswin right now, and granted Hector's level 1, Oswin doesn't have that much speed. Hector has the same amount of speed, but he's level 1, so he's got a lot more potential for that. And Hector just starts out with a pretty decent defense stat as well. So the way to think about Hector is that he's kind of like a combination of a knight character like Oswin, and then a character like Bartrey or Dorcas, like a fighter. So he's going to have a lot more options and growth than Oswin would in this case. But at the same time, he's still going to be fairly tanky and defensive. And this will be reflected later when we promote them. Well, in this case, Hector. Either way, as it is, Hector starts out, I should show this also, with the Wolf Veil. It's basically going to be like a rapier slash Monte Cotty situation. It's probably the most useful out of those three, to be honest, just because it gives such a good advantage against units. Meanwhile, like, I mean, Monte Cotty's useful, but Lynn's already doing pretty well, whereas axes aren't amazing in this game, so getting an axe like that is extremely appreciated. Anyway, I blabbered on long enough. Let's get that one over here. And then, yeah, with no exaggeration, Oswin and Hector are probably going to be able to just deal with everyone up there on their own. Maybe it's because those soldiers are just god-awful, but... I mean, look at this. Hector's probably doubling. Yeah. Cool thing to note about Hector's fighting style, if you didn't already notice in his personality, it's very casual and, like, not at all refined. I mean, it's... He practices, obviously, but it's very, like, compared to Elliowood. Elliowood's is proper and, like, you know, rapier thrusting, whereas Hector's just, like, launching himself at an enemy. He's just like, ah, fuck it. I got an axe, come at me. Like, that's what I love about it. It says so much about his character, especially compared to Elliowood, but the game never explicitly, like, outright says it. Sorry. I love this game. And I love Hector, so I'm going to try not to gush too much. And yeah, as it is, Hector is going to be very useful in this chapter. Basically, everyone is going to suck his ass. Speaking of sucking ass, hey, that was a good level up. I was expecting to get a bad Hector. I was worried I would, but so far so good. And, okay, so that's Oswin. Can I just do this? Cool, Oswin's going to deal with this guy on his own. I'm going to try to avoid giving Oswin too many kills early on because he is level 9, which is going to be a significant boost. And yeah, he gets a little bit less experience, but for now it's a lot more convenient for my path and strategy if I have Hector go down this way immediately. So, Dorcas is getting next to no experience, but whatever, he's level 9 just like Oswin. So I'm probably just going to end up spending the rest of the chapter getting Hector and Elliowood up to speed. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. Excuse me, sorry. So beyond that, yeah, so there's only 7 enemies left, and they're all over here. And this guy. The boss himself, where is he? Where'd the boss go? Oh, there you are. Yeah, this boss, he is a complete joke. We'll show his stats when we get to him, but he's the opposite of a threat. He's basically a free boss kill once you get to him, because he's not going to have any ability to hit you if you're on a fortress, and even if he does hit you, it's going to be pretty unlikely. So, I mean, yeah. First off, before we get Hector right into the fray here, I'm going to instead send him over here, because I want him to get some iron axes early on. Not only for Dorcas and friends, but because I want him to be using iron axes as soon as possible, so that way he's not breaking the wolf veil. Because wolf veil is probably going to be the one I'm most paranoid about preserving. Yeah, because the rapier, I mean, I think we actually run into more than just one other rapier. I think there's like 2, if I'm not mistaken, because I know there's one at the halfway point of the game, more or less, and then there's one when Elliowood promotes. Beyond that, I think Hector only gets 1 wolf veil, though, if even, so we definitely want to hold on to that as soon as, or as much as we can. So yeah. Beyond that, most of this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to let these enemies approach and have them suck my dick. The only one I'd really be concerned about is this mercenary, and yeah, he's doing next to nothing. So I mean, all in all, Elliowood's turned out pretty good so far. He has less speed than I want, but yeah, no, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm getting a pretty slow Elliowood, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it'll make this playthrough a little bit more interesting having an Elliowood that doesn't double. I say that like I'm looking forward to it, I'm not. Whatever, Hector's gonna get in there. 5 damage, oh no. Yeah, I give a shit. I give a fucking shit, my dude. So, I think I'll probably approach with Dorcas first. Let's kill this guy. And then Dorcas, you go here. Wow, Dorcas is doubling. This is the weirdest scenario I've ever had, where Dorcas is the only one doubling out of him and 2 lords. Take a picture while it lasts, kids. That's not happening for much longer. Actually, wait a minute. So he has 8 speed. Dorcas is our fastest unit. That is really bizarre. Man, this Let's Play is already getting out kind of weird. Oh man. Like I said, take a picture, because you're not going to see that for much longer. Hopefully, please God, let me get some speed on Hector and Elliowood. Speaking of which, Hector is taking some damage. I would be concerned, but it's Hector. I know that sounds like a flimsy justification, but work with me. Oh, he can't reach that. That's kind of annoying. Well, Dorcas is going to be laughing at this guy to the bank. Ba-boom! I didn't actually expect Dorcas to be this capable by now. Dorcas, you're pleasantly surprising me. Who are you? What are we? Get out of here. That was disgusting. Whatever. Okay, and then we're probably just gonna have... I know I was talking up this guy being a joke, but I just want to make sure. So, that'd be 10 defense. I think he's got like 15 attack. 22, not even close. So 12 damage. Okay, yeah, Hector will be able to take it. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, no, Hector's gonna be unkillable. Because I don't think that mercenary's even reaching. Yeah, he's not. Curses! Curse! Okay, now, so I want you all to take a quick guess for what this guy's hit will be with Hector being on a fortress. Please, take your time. Just take a quick second guess. Is he going to have 70 attack accuracy? Is he going to have 30? Is he going to have 50? No, bitch, he's going to have 10. Seriously, like, 10 accuracy. It's embarrassing. Oh, wait, no, he had 10 damage. Oh. Well, this joke wasn't as funny now. I could have sworn he only had 10 accuracy when you're on a fort. Maybe it's with Eliwood, because Eliwood has the weapon training advantage. Okay, whatever. Whatever. The point is, Zagan is a joke. Zagan. You don't mess with the Zohan, whatever his name is. Yeah, Eliwood's... So I guess here for reference, yeah, 36, and that's not on a fortress. So yeah, on a fortress, which gives 20% avoidance. Yeah, okay, there we go. So I was right. My memory isn't mistaken. I just look like a fool right now. What am I doing? Who wants to kill this mercenary? Probably Eliwood? Probably Eliwood? Probably no one. I don't want to deal with this. What about you? Ooh, that's not pretty. I almost just want to let Zagan attack. Yeah, fuck it. I'll let them attack. There's no reason to aggro first. Because we have the terrain bonus. Let him go first. Fuck it. Yeah, 12 damage. Not preferred, but hey. Yeah, now you're going to be within killing range for someone. That mercenary's not doing 6 damage. I can tell you that now. Yeah. Oh man, Hector, you crazy, crazy card. I think that mercenary's the most annoying one because I can't kill him this turn. Which is kind of annoying, but So, Eliwood is probably killing Zagan right now if I put my mind to it. Yep. Hi. So yeah, I just realized I'm running into an issue where I have 2 axe users and then a guy who can't double with swords. That's a very unique problem. Also, if I took a picture of this build, holy shit, this is the type of stat build I would expect from Hector. Like the defense, and then I can't understate how unusual this build is so far, but whatever. Maybe Hector will end up with the Eliwood stats. That would be kind of funny. Fuck it, you're not doing anything anyway. Okay, you're gonna die. Who's gonna kill you? I would prefer if Hector kills you, to be honest. Oh, before I forget, there's actually... Let's check you. Okay. There is special dialogue that Eliwood and Hector have here. Before I forget, I do want to show it off, just because it's real brief. Now, Eliwood's theme. Not as good as Hector's. Hopefully we get Hector's theme in this. I really do, because I love Hector's theme. I think it plays after this chapter ends, but you never know. There's Hector, man of, well, not few words, just he hits first to talks later. Okay, I would actually prefer if Hector got the kill here. Come on, come on, come on! Okay, whatever. I just want you to die now. Yeah! Hector's theme! Even though he didn't get the kill. I love this theme. It's so great. I love Hector. Anyway, so that chapter went over pretty well. I'm still surprised with the build Eliwood's getting, but Hector got a decent level up. I'm probably going to be spending more next chapter leveling up Hector, just so that way he gets up to Eliwood's level, more or less. And Dorcas, against all odds, is somehow capable, so... Probably because Eliwood's a fucking loner. He listens to creep. He fucking jacks off to anime girls, dude. Like, that's why he didn't want to include you on his quest. Anyway, here's some background for Hector, which is going to be very scarce in Eliwood mode. Hector's brother was just recently named Marquis Ostia due to the passing of... I'm not sure if it was both his mother and his father, but recently I know at least his father passed. So, with that, Marquis Ostia is currently now his brother, and it's a relatively, I wouldn't say unstable, just like sort of tenuous position right now. So things are still getting stabilized in Ostia, and so that's why Eliwood didn't invite Hector, because he was worried he would like show his weakness or, you know, something like that for the good of the country, which is a fair and totally honestly, you know, valid thing to think. But Hector, on the other hand, just doesn't give a fuck. Hector's not a man for politics. I'm kind of drawing out the scene a bit just because I love this scene and we will not be hearing it for the rest of the playthrough, which is truly a crime. But whatever. So yeah, Hector saves the day, and he's gonna probably be my go-to heavy lifter in this playthrough, just depending on how everything goes out with his build. He tends to be that for a lot of people anyway, so... there's Oswin. Oswin is kind of like the Marcus and Kent for Hector. So, every lord has their own defensive, bland, yet reliable person. Yeah, there's more to the Oswin, Hector relationship. I don't think I'm going to be getting supports between them, though, so that's kind of a disappointment. And then, yeah, Matthew and Hector, Matthew and Sarah are also part of House Ostia. So, even though they weren't in that battle, they will be joining us for the next chapter further on, which is very convenient. Because Matthew, if you've been using him offensively, he's probably a welcome addition at this point. Because Ellie was probably going to be one of your few sword users next to, like, maybe if you're using Lowen. Yeah, Lowen would be the only other one you'd be using for swords. So having a quick, nimble guy like Matthew is a welcome addition. And having a healer like Sarah, beyond useful. Just because healing is always a nice utility to have, even if you don't like the healer. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. So yeah. Hector. Yeah, tear her to shreds. Anyway, yeah, and Matthew, sneaking around. So, with that in mind, so, even though we know Matthew as a thief from Lid Mode, he's actually part of House Ostia. And you know what he is? He's not a fucking thief, he's a spy. I don't know if they explicitly say it here, but they will say it later. He kind of plays it off right now, but he is a spy. And that's why Matthew is a fucking awesome character, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't decide to use him in this playthrough, because Matthew is one of my favorite characters in this game as well. Like I said, this is kind of like use characters you don't normally use run, which I'm already regretting. Oh well, maybe, you know, there's a specific reason I'm doing that. For any of you astute viewers who have noticed that there's a Hector mode, there's a reason why, but I've said too much as it is, so. Anyway, so Hector's giving us a little bit of a lowdown right now regarding both the Black Fang and the status of what may be happening politically with Elber and Ostia. As it is now, if you can't already tell, it looks like the Lycian League, as well as just Ilibe in general, is kind of in a politically tumultuous period, which is very foreboding, all things considered. For those of you who have played this game and potentially even know the plot to this game and its sequel, slash prequel slash whatever you want to call it. You can definitely notice this in retrospect, but when you're first playing the game, it may not be immediately apparent. But I'm just pointing it out as we go. Yeah, because he was a dumbass and he wanted to imply like his entire fucking retainer's motives. He was not one for stealth or reading. In fact, I think if we gave him the option to bathe or to die, he would have had to think about it. Yeah, no shit. Come on, Hector. What do I think? I think this is all bad news. I think you're going to die if I don't stay with you. So you should pay me. Yeah, Lord Hellman, whatever. Whatever, who cares? I love that looking sprite from Hector. He's just like, who the fuck is this? Yeah, that's... So we're introducing ourselves to Hector. Hi, my name is Slow. I'm giggling like a schoolgirl. I'm nervous. I'm looking at my feet because I'm scared to make eye contact because he's so beautiful and brash. Maybe. I'm very pretty though, aren't I? But I don't care if I'm young. At least I'm good. I get shit done. Yep, well met to you as well, handsome. Try not to forget where my barracks are if you need a little bit of a friend-to-friend conversation. God, I'm annoying. So yeah, here's Matthew. Yeah, we're getting the whole revisitation. So yeah, your secret, a big fucking secret, Matthew. Nice one. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, so there we go. He confirms it now. Spy. Yeah, that's Matthew. Fun fact, Matthew is actually kind of a plot-relevant character for the first half of the game. And with that said, he can die. And you better believe, because I was stupid when I first played this game, I let Matthew die. And man, did I regret it. It's not going to pay out for a little bit, but keep in mind, Matthew can die. I will point out when his death will be relevant. And God Almighty, is it going to... It's going to be fun. But yeah, Matthew... he's going to be plot relevant for now. And then there's Sarah. Sarah exists. I think this is one of the last times Sarah gets dialogue that we don't have to actively hunt for. Because she can recruit one other character, and then that's it, basically. Which is good. Gotta love Sarah and her pink pigtails of doom. Is that finally it for dialogue? Yes, it is. Alrighty. So that was a bit of a longer chapter in terms of dialogue and storytelling than I expected. But with that said, we made some valuable allies here. We're definitely getting closer to finding out what's going on with this political intrigue. And we may even find out what's going on with the Black Fang. So next time we'll be going up to Marquis Sansaru's, asking why it was he tried to assassinate the shit out of us. And who knows, maybe we'll get some answers. In the meantime, we'll be running into some new units next. Well, actually, I think just one. Yeah, actually just one new unit next chapter. And from there, yeah, we'll probably go over supports, which God knows I may have to split up the chapter just for that alone. So we'll see. I'm probably going to split it up and then, yeah. Anyway, enough of my blabbering. So that's the end of this chapter. I will see you guys next time.